Hi, this is Mike from Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and today is a really difficult review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Creative Outlier Air. Keep watching to find out more. Okay, so welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at another set of Bluetooth earbuds. Now these are the Outlier Air by Creative. Now these were sent to me for review, and that in no way influences this review in any way, shape or form. And I'm going to get that in there quickly before you think, oh, he's just going on about it because he's been paid to do it. I haven't been paid to do this. This has been sent free. My comments are entirely my own, and Creative have no input over the content that I will be creating, which is why I agreed to do it, to be honest with you. So what are they? These are true wireless, sweat-proof in-ear headphones, speakers, however you want to look at it. Now, I'll be honest, I didn't really want to review these. I see a lot of Bluetooth earphones, headphones, headsets, earbuds, AirPods, whatever you want to call them. And generally they're all very, very similar. They have a few odd features here and there which raise them above the others, but generally they're all more or less the same. So when I agreed to take a look at these, I thought, well, okay, another set, let's see what they're like. And immediately, from when I put them in my ears, I knew this was something different. The comfort, the quality, the actual feel, the weight, everything just screamed quality immediately. So I thought, okay, we're on to a good start here. And it wasn't until I paired them with my device, which was actually very, very simple. And actually, I knew something was different when I paired them, because it came up as two devices, the Outlier Air left and Outlier Air right. And then I had a notification on my phone saying that aptX was enabled. Now, if you don't know what aptX is, it is a specification by Qualcomm for basically high-end audio equipment over Bluetooth. Now, there's not many companies which actually are allowed to use the logo unless they've specifically passed the test set out by Qualcomm. But Creative Outlier Air have passed the test, and they are registered on Qualcomm's site as being an aptX certified headset. Now, that's pretty important. So you get much better Bluetooth support, you get fantastic data rates, which essentially means better sound quality and less or no dropouts, which is fantastic. Now, for any of you that have seen some of the other AirPods and EarPods that I've reviewed in the past, some of them have had issues with dropouts, and the comment section for Mike's Unboxing generally every day is littered with people saying, I've got these headphones, the left side doesn't work, the right side doesn't work, or it's dropping out, what can I do? Or they're not charging, all that kind of stuff. A lot of them have problems, but these are something a little bit different. So let's take a look at what it says on the box, and then we'll take them out and see what they're actually like. So on the box it says we've got 10 hours battery life per charge. So that is one of the other things that stood out and said, like, okay, this is different. So regular kind of AirPod clones, hour and a half, 2 hours, 2.5, maybe 3 hours at a push, depending. Some of the better ones can last slightly longer, but they don't sound as good. But these have raised the bar completely and have gone past AirPods and a lot of the other devices. These will give you 10 hours of playback on one charge. That's a day of use. So if you're taking these, maybe you work in a warehouse, or you've got one of those kind of pretty mundane jobs where you just sat there doing stuff all day. You can put these in when you clock in, and they'll still be going when you clock out at night. 10 hours playback. That is insane. Okay, so if that wasn't good enough, if for some reason maybe you're away from home for the weekend, the power bank or the charging case that actually comes with these will give you an additional 20 hours on top of that, so another 2 full charges. So you're looking at 30 hours of total playback. Now, if you think a weekend is 48 hours, if you include a little bit of sleeping and whatever else, that's going to last you a weekend easily. So if you're going away, these are fantastic. You don't need to be tethered to a USB plug, and you don't need to keep on recharging them all the time just to keep listening to your favorite music, which I think is brilliant. Next one is the graphene diaphragm. Now, the actual speaker, or the bit that makes the sound in here, is made from a product called graphene, which is kind of like this mysterious product which was supposed to revolutionize the world. And it may not have revolutionized the world yet, but it certainly has revolutionized these earbuds. So we've got Bluetooth 5.0. As I said before, we've got the Qualcomm aptX. Also, we've got ACE, so that is the advanced audio. Also IPX5 sweatproof, so You're not going to be wearing these in the shower, but if you're just out and about, you maybe get caught in a rainstorm or you're out exercising, you're getting a bit sweaty, they will resist moisture. They won't resist submersion and stuff like that. The actual contacts for the charger are actually exposed, so there is potential if they got wet, they could short out. But for general use and for all-round normal use, like if they drop out of your ear accidentally and land on wet grass or something, it's going to be absolutely fine. They're not going to get damaged. Which actually leads me on to another thing about them dropping out your ears. I think that's completely unlikely. Now, I did notice actually with these, they've got a very, very shallow kind of neck to them, the bit that actually goes into your ear canal. So they don't feel that kind of, I don't know, it's a difficult thing to explain. With some AirPods and EarPods, you have to kind of really force them into your ear canal to actually make a good seal. But these being quite shallow, they actually seal right at the end of your ear canal. So maybe if you've got sensitive ears, these are going to be perfect. And the actual ear tips themselves, again, are very, very small, and they're very, very lightweight rubber or silicone, whatever they are. So they're not pushing or pressing on your ear. So you can keep these in for a longer time without them being uncomfortable. Also, going back to some of the features, so dual voice calls. So when you're having a telephone conversation, which actually is fantastic on these, the audio quality is insane. Again, it's another level up from some of the other ones that I've used previously, but call quality is perfect. The kind of the noise cancelling and all that kind of thing is really good, and you get to hear the call in both ears, whereas with some AirPods you either have left or right hand side, so it's mono calls, but this is stereo in both ears. And also built in, you've got the option to use Siri or your Google Assistant. So with a combination of key presses, again, these are the similar sort of deal as many of the other ones. So it's a single press on either side to play or pause, or to answer or reject a call or end a call. Actually, reject a call, you have to press and hold, but very simple, straightforward to use. So let's take them out of the box and actually have a look at them in closer detail. So in the box, they come really nicely packaged. If you're buying these as a present for someone, I think they're going to be really happy with them. So you get the Creative branded charging box. You also get the 2 earbuds. Let's just take those out. Also, you get a spare set of ear tips. There is also a USB Type-C charging cable, which is Type-C to Type-A. So any regular USB outlet on a laptop, a wall socket, wherever it may be, if it's got a USB on it, the other end's got USB-C, so it'll charge these fine, and you can just plug that into the end there. Now, actually on the end as well, you've also got LEDs, which will tell you what's going on. So you've got one marked L, one marked R, one for battery level, and one for battery charging. So when it's charging, the one with the lightning bolt will be on, saying it's charging. When the actual buds themselves are charging, then it'll come up on the side left or right. So if I quickly pop these in, and you can see exactly what I mean. So when you open them up, it's the pretty much straightforward situation. They just go in, and there's a magnet which kind of pulls them into the charging receptacles. Now again, as I said before, the elements actually for these for charging are exposed. So if for any reason they do get dirty or damaged, or they don't want to charge properly, it's really, really simple. Just get in there with a little bit of clean cloth or maybe an earbud or something like that, and give them a good clean and wipe over and clean the contacts. And the same goes for the charging box. Nice and easy to access, so should you need to clean them up, absolutely fine. So as you can see, when they go in, both of them illuminated red to say it's charging, which is also a notification to you to say close the box. So you close the box, and then on the end of the box you can still see the L and the R are in charging mode, telling you that it's still being charged. So maybe you're leaving these somewhere, you're having a conversation or doing whatever, having a cup of coffee, you can just visually look down, no, they're not quite fully charged yet, not ready to go. But again, with a 10-hour lifespan, chances are those lights you're not going to see very often, especially if you charge them when you're going to sleep or something like that, leaving them overnight. So that's what they look like. When you pull them out, they automatically turn on and they go through the pairing process. When you pair them for the first time, it comes up on your phone. You can choose whichever one you want to be the master. So it'll come up on your phone as either Outlier Air left or Outlier Air right, whichever one you choose. When you choose it, automatically they'll begin their own synchronization and pairing process, and it will automatically pair to each other. So then one becomes master, one becomes a slave. So the best bit of these, apart from obviously the looks and the feel, is the sound. Now the sound quality is something else, it really is. So it's really difficult for me to actually review or show you what they sound like. You really do have to hear these for yourself. But they are crystal clear. Now, when I put them in my ears, first of all, it was actually yesterday evening. We were sat outside and the family were talking, and I was just like unboxing my bits and pieces and taking a look. And I was just sat there, put them in my ear, wasn't expecting a great deal. Press play, and immediately I'm like, wow, these are different. The quality of the mid-range, the highs, and the bass, surprisingly, is fantastic. Because I was thinking a 5.6mm driver isn't going to produce a lot of bass, and the sub-frequencies are going to be awful. But give them a go. But straight away, I put them in and they sound phenomenal. They genuinely do. Now, I think it's a lot of it's to do with the way that it seals the ear canal, because if you play music with them just like this and I put it to the microphone, it won't sound great at all. But when you actually put them inside your ear, they do sound absolutely amazing. Now, the bass isn't overinflated bass, but it's real bass. So if you're listening to music like rock music and you can hear the kind of the bass drum being kicked, you can hear that it is a bass drum being kicked. It's not just a boom in the background. You can almost work out exactly what instrument is being played. That's how crystal clear they are. And for the price, which actually we haven't mentioned yet, the price of these is actually pretty fantastic. These are cheaper than things like your Sennheisers and your AirPods, but in my opinion, they're actually better. They're definitely better than the original AirPods, that's for sure. The Sennheisers, they're in a similar ballpark. The Sennheisers are about £250. These retail at the moment on Amazon for £79. So not a lot more than you can pay for the fake knockoffs, which are also pretty good. But for an extra, say, £20, these are in a completely different class, both in sound quality, connectivity, just all round everything. The battery life still amazes me. 10 hours on a single charge is absolutely insane. Now, they are slightly bigger, but they're not that much heavier. They're quite lightweight, and when you've got them in your ears, now the world has gone silent. All I can hear pretty much is maybe the blood pumping around inside of my head. The sound quality, the sound deadening is brilliant, and just a little twist, and they sit in your ear very nicely, and they completely seal out everything else. So I do apologise if I'm shouting now. But yeah, it's the world becomes a very silent place when you put these in, which just goes to show, well, that was weird, which just goes to show how well they actually do seal your ear canal. And I went out for a walk with these earlier when I went to go and meet Kath, and I was walking, chewing gum, spinning my head, crossing the road, all that kind of stuff, all the usual things, like almost getting run over by a car, quickly skip across the road. And these things just didn't want to come out of my ears. Even if you shake your head pretty vigorously, they're not going to come out. They actually advertise them as being for sports people, runners, athletes, all that kind of stuff. And I can quite honestly agree with that. I can't see any way they would fall out of your ear. The way they're actually shaped, they actually kind of push into your ear, into that bit there. So you may find that if you do try them, if you've got ears which are a slightly irregular shape, obviously they probably designed these to fit the average ear, but if your ears are slightly different, then you may find them slightly uncomfortable. But for me, I find them absolutely fine. Kath tried them, she said they're absolutely fine. Yeah, they should fit pretty much most people and fit very snugly indeed. But that's pretty much it. Again, I would love to show you what the sound quality is actually like, but it's just, I wouldn't do it justice. In all honesty, I would not do it justice. These do need to be heard to be believed. And actually, talking of the headphones themselves, as you can see at the moment, there's blue LEDs flashing. Now, some people don't like the LEDs on Bluetooth devices flashing away. Now, these will flash or stay on if the device is on or out of the box and not in use. Now, this is a way of telling you that they're actually still on and you need to put them back in your charging box or to resume playing on your phone. So when they're actually in use, the lights do stay off altogether. You don't get any visual representations whatsoever. They are off and not going to be causing attention as you're walking down the street. But when they're pairing or when they're not in use and they are out of the case, then the lights will come on. I thought I'd better answer that because I know someone's going to be asking that in the questions. So normal use, lights are off. When they're either not being used, but they should be, then they will flash to let you know that they're still on and should be back in the case. So there we go. There is the unboxing and overview of the Creative Outlier Air. You can pick them up on Amazon. Again, there will be affiliate links in the description below. And actually, I do strongly suggest that you try these out. If you're looking at maybe spending £100 to £150 on earbuds or Bluetooth headset or whatever it may be, give these a go instead and listen to the sound quality. I think personally you'll be amazed. And actually, I'd look forward to hearing your comments in the comment section below. If you have got these already, let me know what you think of them. I am personally blown away by them. Hopefully you will be too. So I've been Mike. This is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To. These have been the genuinely amazing Creative Outlier Air. Thanks for watching.